So how do you start off a YouTube video? You just start one off. It could be out on your bike, in your car, in the supermarket, just lying down on your bed. Let's start a YouTube video. There's a few things I want to talk about today, and transitioning. How did I transition to a SWD, a standard Western diet, to where I am now, to pretty much a high carb raw vegan diet. So we'll start at the beginning, and I just kind of was just living my life, and things were just rolling from one step to another. So how it happened was, I used to be really into my burgers, okay, and pizzas and chicken and all those, well, we'll say good things. They're tasty. Looking back on it, they were tasty. Yeah, you could class me as the Burger King. I used to be really into my burgers. And double cheese, whatever. Double cheese on the pizza. Kentucky chicken or whatever. You get the idea. Kebabs and all that sort of stuff. So that's why what I used to eat. We're going back now, yeah, pretty much 10 years or something. So I started hanging around with a friend who was a vegetarian, and also I'd had a few vegetarian options whilst I was out on meals with friends before, but that was very, very low on the percentage of what I was eating, so I'm mainly eating crap versus like a veggie meal, which again, if you've got cheese and stuff on it and things, that's something else, isn't it? It's not altogether a healthy meal, a vegetarian option. But so my friend who was veggie, every time we went out for meals, he was a really big influence on me, so I'd always had the veggie option when I was with him, and I guess it rubbed off on me a little bit. So that kind of went on for like maybe 5, 6 years or something, just veggie. And I've said this before in videos. I was watching a YouTube video one night with Dan McDonald, and that was totally random that I came across him, and that was when the vegan thing came in then, because obviously I knew what the word vegan was, and it took that video to really open my eyes up to what was possible and what people were actually doing. So from there I just went to eating like lots of like seeds, sunflower seeds and things, and that's when I kind of give up yogurt and stuff and that. This was April 2011, and I slipped twice in that year. I think this was June. I had 2 like double cheeseburgers from like the local kebab place, and I ate them, and yeah, it was kind of take it or leave it. So from then on, I think the only other times I slipped was a couple of like vegetable pizzas or something. I honestly can't read, because I don't think there wasn't anything, and I was just eating more whole foods and stuff. Do you know what? I think that period between April 2011 to the end of that year, I didn't actually do a diary, but 2012, 2013, I've got diaries of what I've been eating. So looking back on it, I can't honestly remember what I was eating, really. This was even before I started going to organic shops and stuff. I think I just started eating more fruit and salads and things. I think in my second year, like 2012, I noticed my weight really dropping off. Like now it's kind of like stable at the moment, because I'm eating lots of like cut carbs and things as well, and I tend to feel that kind of does sort of bloat me out a little bit. So I know what to do if I need to do it. So I'm just going with the flow. But the past 2 or 3 days I've been eating pretty much raw foods. Right, so I'm getting kind of ahead of myself there a bit. So yeah, Dan McDonald, vegan foods and things, fruit, salads. So it's one thing to find out about vegan, and then there's the other things beyond that, isn't there? Like the mono eating, raw foods, cooked vegan foods, fruitarianism, and all sorts of stuff like that. So I thought, wow, this has kind of opened up a whole new thing, you know, because there's one thing to be able to give, you know, it's kind of scary to people to think that you're going to have to give up certain things, but there's a whole more lot that you can actually eat. A whole more lot, man. You're just giving up animal products, you're just giving up meat, eggs, like dairy, fish, and that's only a few things compared to what you can eat. Because a lot of people who eat all the artery clogging foods and the foods that make you feel like shit and make you feel just generally poor, not functioning very well, it's a very small percentage. I mean, like, say you could call it 2% out of like 98 or something of decent, of quality, wholesome, whole foods, what you can eat. It's absolutely amazing. So you won't go hungry. So I've just kind of been rolling with it. I didn't actually sort of say I'm going vegan. Like, I just kind of went with it. And then looking back on like a past year or something, I think, hey, I haven't had no animal products or something, So you think, wow. So when you sort of see people saying, they might put it on social media or something like, I'm going raw, or I don't think you should do that. I reckon you should just kind of go with it and let it happen. Like, pretty much every night, I don't really know what I'm going to have to eat. If there's stuff there, like potatoes or pasta or something, versus, say, no fruit or salad, I'll have the potatoes or the pasta, or I'll just get my ass to the store and get myself some salad stuff if I'm feeling I want that. And if I feel I want some hummus or something with that as well, mixed in with my salad, I'll take my ass to the store and I'll just go and buy it, if you see what I mean. Again, I've got my food diaries, so I can look back at exactly what I've ate. And I'm transparent with what I eat as well. Like, a few months ago, I did a big cycle ride, and I just got home and I was so hungry, so I just rang up the local pizza place and they just delivered like a big cheeseless veggie pizza to the house. And I'll go uptown sometimes and get a vegetable pizza or something. You're probably thinking, oh no, he eats vegetable. But look, that was like 4 weeks ago, 4, 5, 6 weeks. I don't know. I can't even remember. It was plenty long enough ago anyway. And then since then, I've just been slamming back the fruit and salad and stuff like nobody's business, and the pasta and the potatoes and things. So just that's the way it goes, and it's just how it should be. I think just let stuff evolve, and the more that you do things, you find out how to make things, and get to make things tasty and that, and learn how quickly things are to make. And when you're in the supermarket, you can eyeball stuff, knowing what's good, what's bad. If you ain't got organic, you just gotta go conventional, and just make do, or you can make dishes with a limited amount of ingredients, really. That's what's so great about it. So where am I at the moment? I'm at the stage where obviously it's a lot easier than it was six months to a year ago, because you obviously gain knowledge and you get clever with it, which is how it happens, like with a lot of stuff, whatever you do. So depending on what I'm doing, it depends what I'm gonna chow back, really. Obviously, I try and stay carved up most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't always work with work commitments or something. You might skip a few hours or something from lunch or something. So you might say, like, I'll have breakfast 7 o'clock or something, between 7 and 8, which would just be like some water sometimes, or some juice. And 10 o'clock I might have some Gatorade or some dates, oranges. I might even have a salad or something if I got some left over from the other night, or some pasta or something in a lunchbox. You get the idea. Or some cold bean burgers that I've made. So you can't go copying what I'm doing, because it's just varied. I'm just on that kind of route, And then lunchtime, again, whatever, apples, bananas, dates, pears, pasteurized juice, orange juice, OJ or something, pear, apple juice, raspberry juice, some strawberries, blueberries or whatever. And then dinner. Just look at all my recipes, you get the idea. So, looking at all my recipes and the food that I have got up here, there's no way I'm starving. There's no way I'm being hard on myself at all. It's just eating the right foods and just not feeling too bloated on those foods. And that's the other thing as well. Just say you're big, you're obese from eating a standard Western diet or standard American diet, sad diet. Obviously, they're not good foods. They're artery clogging foods, aren't they? They're just going to make you sluggish and fat. And without going into any detail here in this particular video, there's a no-brainer that they're not. You've got to look around at other people, what they're eating. Like, look in your local town or whatever, all the kebab and chip shops that are there, and then 9 times out of 10, the people that are in those establishments getting fast food, they are like big, fat, unhealthy people, which obviously does not make them bad people, but it's like an addiction, isn't it? There's just a roundabout of suffering, I think, because I think people are suffering with it, aren't they? They can't really do much. But it's, again, that's why I kind of started this channel, because it's just one person. This is me. This is my channel. This is one person. So how many people can discover me on here? It's just unlimited, isn't it? Thanks to one person, it can change a person's life just by changing the diet. That's why I'm doing it. It's no good I just feel that I need to be doing something. There's no way I'm going to be doing what I'm doing and not doing anything about it. That's why I kind of made myself like, I have to go on here and just kind of talk about the lifestyle and how great it is and what I'm doing and how other people can do it too. And it's funny on social media how I come across to some people sometimes, but it's just like shaking the cage, isn't it? And ruffling some feathers and just kind of like saying, look, this is it. Look over here, like, you might come across as a bit of a asshole sometimes, but I don't care, man. I'm alright outside of here. People can approach me and ask me questions. I'm there. I can teach, and well, say teach as if I sound like I know it all. I don't, but I can tell you from experience, from what I've learned so far, I'd be happy to talk to you. So if anyone wants to chat when I'm out and about, I'm approachable. Just come over and say hi and say, like, what's the crack? What's the crack, Jay? What's the crack, Peddling Raw? So the other thing is doing what I'm doing versus my cycling as well. And last year was like this year. I've never actually set any real major goals this year at all. Someone said to me the other day, what have I been doing? And I haven't really been doing much. So yeah, no major goals this year versus last year, which was pretty successful, I think. I did quite a few this is solo rides, 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers, 300 kilometers, and one was just shy of 400k, which is an all-night ride. And I do these on my own because I find it hard to ride them with other people, because you might be talking, or even just a little bit of talk sometimes, because I'm not exactly like banging like a zone, but it is kind of a mental game, man. To be on your own, I just enjoy it more, to be honest. Not that I couldn't ride with someone else or whatever. If I wanted to do that, I would. But the solo thing for me, that's kind of what it's all about. Just being out there on your own. And you prepare for rides like that as well. If anyone out there, yeah, you might be able to ride 100 kilometers, 200 kilometer rides, but doing it kind of above that 300 or 400k ride, you do need to prepare big time for that. And you're not really going to do it overnight or in a few weeks. You've got to condition yourself for something like that. So I found out, because I've been in some scary situations, my own fault, thinking I can do this, when in theory, no, I can't really. So you're going to need to be, for long rides, obviously, if you're going to be thinking about your nutrition, that's going to be the first thing. And, your sleep, water, sugar. I ain't going to go into too much detail with that here or whatever. But for 100 kilometers, 200 to 200 kilometer ride, you're going to need to be consistent with that. You're going to need to do a bunch of 100 kilometer rides and just slowly build up to 200 kilometers. And obviously, the time of year is going to make a difference with that as well, to how many daylight hours you have. Obviously, if it's summertime or whatever, you can bring some lights with you and go into the night. That's no problem. But yeah, it all comes into it. Nutrition, tapering, recovery, time of year, and pacing yourself as well. A lot of these people that go out and just kind of thrash themselves around the block and doing King of the Mountains and stuff, which is no problem. That's all fun and things. It's a completely sort of different riding long distance. You really do have to conserve energy and pace yourself, otherwise you're just going to blow up in the first 60 miles and you have nothing left. So 60 miles, 80 whatever K or something versus 300 or 400 kilometers. Big difference. I'll tell you now, big difference. It's a lot of mental and positive stuff going on there, and it can definitely play with your head, especially in the wee hours. Like I did a couple of rides last year, just down round by the coast. Well, I say down round by the coast, I was quite a long ways from home. And although it's kind of a warm time of year, it got bloody cold late at night, and I had some layers with me and that, and I just wrapped up, managed to find a service station, top up on some juice and things, and had a few little nibbles with me. And plenty of battery life, obviously. My lights, you've got to make sure you've got spare batteries and things and a backup light. So I was alright, and then but other times I've done it and I've been in scary situations. I mean, I can warble on home just about, but you've got to be so careful with stuff like that. So careful. You've got to really plan and prepare, and equipment choice, and just kind of warming up as well, cooling down. It's so important. There's a lot to think about, you know. You've got to be just organised for something like that. And your equipment's got to be spot on as well. You've got to know what you're going to need to take and things, which all comes down to trial and error and experience of just actually doing it, I suppose. But yeah, there you go. There's just some chitter chatter, and yeah, see everybody soon. Ciao for now. Bye.